And I'm back. I'm as ready for this shift at HelloFresh as I'm gonna be. I got remembered my warm shirt, and a t-shirt on under it. It's pretty thick socks on. It's only, I'm on Obamaphone 3, by the way. It's only 108 out today. I think the forecast was like 112. So, you know, counting my blessings, but oh, that sun in my face is brutal. It's brutal. I just reviewed all the stuff on Manolo. Just said government issued photo ID. Speaking of government issued photo IDs, so when I was going through the whole sound choice lawsuit, oh yeah, I'm going to go on one of those weird tangents because that's what I do. When I was going through the sound choice lawsuit at the Federal District Courthouse, the Sandra Day O'Connor Federal District Courthouse, on the west side of downtown Phoenix, which I've been regularly passing as I've been going to the zone this last week. It's a big fishbowl looking fish. Looks like a giant freaking aquarium, giant glass building, which is, yeah, can only imagine how not energy efficient that is, but I digress. Anyway, they had a policy, actually I don't think it was while I was going through the sound choice lawsuit, by the way, but it was when I was going in there before that. As I mentioned, I had a lawsuit I was trying to do against County Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Wow, that shuttle van is still sitting there. That is a suspiciously long time for that sort of a vehicle to sit at that location. Anyway, got, oh damn, I had one extra Taco Bell burrito, and I was totally gonna bring it with me today, and I forgot. Well, hey, at least it's in my fridge when I get home. I'm sure I'll be hungry when I get home, and it's one of those bean and cheese ones. They're not great cold, but they're doable cold. Anyway, I still got, I expect their vending's going to be a little on the expensive side there. I just ate at Taco Bell, so I'm not hungry right now. If I am getting hungry around, midnight 30, whenever the half-hour unpaid lunch is, if I got to spend a little something in the break room to keep myself fed and working, then it's what it is. It is what it is. It's what I have to do. So, anyway, as I was saying, it wasn't the sound choice lawsuit, but it was when I was going in and out of the Federal District Courthouse. I had several things back. It was around the time that I was like quasi-homeless, before getting the apartment in Tempe, and I was going out of the courthouse a lot, and it was a requirement to enter that courthouse that you had to have a government-issued photo ID, but they didn't specify like what it had to be. And at one point, I had gone to jail. More than one point, I had gone to jail, but I digress. But come to think of it, it might have been during the sound choice lawsuit. Just trying to think of like when I got this particular ID. Anyway, it was the last time I was in jail. It was for child support. That would have actually been before the sound choice lawsuit kind of thing, but maybe it was then. Anyway, at any rate, it's not that important to the story. I always get fixated on details like that. It's the thrill of being on the spectrum, I guess. But anyway, I'd stayed. The last time I was in jail, when they did intake, they had when you go through intake, before you get your inmate ID, they basically decide what level of security you are. And it gets printed not only on your badge, but it will say like what level of security, but the different badges are different colors. And I think like blue badge is medium security, and white was like light security or minimum security. But mine was pink. And at that time in the Maricopa County Jail, a pink badge was indicative of, well, that guy had to pass me on the right to cut me off from the passing lane. It's amazing how bad the drivers are in this city. Anyway, which reminds me, I need to get over because this one's about to become an exit only lane for I-10 going in the opposite direction and 51. I'm going to arrive hella early, which is fine. Been messaging Malik a little bit. I'm surprised she didn't want to meet me someplace before shift. I was hoping that would happen. Of course, I didn't suggest it, so I guess that's on me for not suggesting it. Speaking of not suggesting things, I did suggest that Priscilla come spend a little time with me this morning, and yeah, that got pretty much denied. So I have no idea what she's doing to celebrate Independence Day, but she's definitely leaving me independent today. Yeah, it just kind of feels like, it almost feels like what happened with us on Thursday night was her having an itch that needed scratched, and she don't need it scratched anymore. Once every 3 months seems to be adequate for her these years. Anyway, I didn't even want to talk about that. But nothing like being alone for a holiday, right? Anyway, but yeah, no, I didn't suggest that. I was thinking about it. Anyway, back to the story. So I had a maximum security ID, and it said maximum security on it, and it was pink, and I had my picture on it. I had a really good, just that particular time, I took a really good picture. In fact, most of my mugshots have been really good pictures. If I could acquire every mugshot I ever had and put them into a photo album, like that would be awesome. I'd publish that shit, because I've never had that Nick Nolte or Glenn Campbell mugshot. I feel like every mugshot I've ever had, I've looked really good, and I don't know. It just seems like every time I get arrested, I'm generally out and I'm dressed up. Like that night, if memory serves, the idea of that, I had done I should come think about the cops that woke me up, but I had done a show, so I dressed up really nice and done my hair up, and just running my hands through it was enough to get it back to where it looked good. But anyway, really good mugshot. This picture ID had my full name on it, Daniel, and legal last name, MCSO, maximum security inmate. There was no question that it was government issued, and I just happened to have that in my pocket, and I didn't have my driver's license on me. I'm going to the federal district courthouse, and I handed that to the guy at the security there, and he kind of looked at me funny, and I'm like, it's a government issue photo ID, bro. It's all I got on me. He just kind of looked at it and looked at me and just kind of gave me this fuck my life kind of shake of his head and motioned me in. I think it probably helped that one of the other guys recognized me and just kind of nodded his head that it was okay. But yeah, I don't think that's the idea I want to be using at HelloFresh. Like, what kind of riffraff is Winolo sending us? But no, I got my driver's license. It didn't say anything about having my Social Security, so I'm leaving it safe and sound where it is at home. Now, it did give me a link that was supposed to go to a PDF file. In the description, it says, click this link, but it was in the Manolo app. It was not a clickable link, but I manually typed it into one of my other phone's Chrome browsers and got a 404 error. So that's fabulous. I'm sure I can figure out the parking. Basically, on the written stuff, it just said, hey, don't park in associate parking, don't park in the truck entrance. Yeah, I've worked in enough warehouses, like, I know the difference. And I've done enough transportation as far as like taxi to know, I know a truck entrance when I see one, and I'm not going in it if I'm not, in a semi, hauling a load, going to pick up or drop off there. Which, whether that's something I ever do in my life still remains to be seen. I have still yet to get a CDL. Although I will say I'm considering it. With all the different jobs that have been popping up on my Indeed and on my ZipRecruiter, one of the ones that just keeps sounding better and better every day is to drive for, it's actually not for Valley Metro, it's for one of the contractors. In fact, I think it's the one that's based like right across the street from where I worked at GYR3. I think they're called Transdev. Could be wrong on that. But they start, I want to say they start at $21 an hour. They train you and get you your CDL. And then I think they said a guaranteed raise to $30 an hour after 5 years. I don't see me sticking something like that out for 5 years. Just saying. And with the way inflation is these days, who's to say that in 5 years, $30 an hour is going to even be a livable wage, right? So anyway, yeah. But it's tempting if for no other reason than to get my CDL, because that would open some additional doors for me. But and that reminds me, I at one point in time I was really planning on going to Valley Metro's jobs website to see if there's an obvious path to become a light rail train engineer. Would that be the right term, or would that be considered a driver? At any rate, I would love to do that, and I understand the basics of it. I actually understand how to read the train signals and the speed signs on the light rail, just because I'm just super observant of that kind of crap, and Google that kind of crap. So I understand the basics of it, and I've watched them operate the trains, and I've seen how the controls work. So I think it's something I do well at, honestly. But yeah, the thought of being a bus driver and dealing directly with so much of the riffraff that rides Valley Metro is not particularly appealing. But anyway, how the hell did I get on that tangent? Having one of those my short-term memory sucks kind of moments. So anyway, I was talking about the link to the PDF file that didn't work. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to have no problem finding employee entrance. In the Winolo app, it says that I got a 15-minute window on when I clock in, so I'm assuming that means I could be 15 minutes early or 15 minutes late. It did say I could clock in as early as 6:45. Now, the one thing I am a little concerned about is it did mention something about having a QR code ready to scan, and that I may need to update my Winolo app. Now, I'm pretty sure I've got my iPhone set up to do auto updates, so I should have the latest version of Winolo on it. In fact, I just reinstalled it, just a couple of weeks ago. So, I would imagine I have the latest version, but I sure as hell couldn't figure out how to bring up that QR code. So I'm crossing my fingers I'm not the only Winoloer. That's the term that the website uses. That's not even a word. Hoping I'm not the only Winoloer there, and that there'll be someone that can help me with that. Because I kind of poked around in the app, and I didn't see an obvious way of how to get to this QR code. But I do know how to directly get to the job where it talks about the QR code, so I should be all right. It also talked about making sure about like when you scan in, like with security, to make sure you have your phone at its maximum brightness and well charged with a battery. Oh, and do I have it on the charger right now? No, I don't. Whoops. Wow, and it was like 20% when I left the apartment, which I I've seen this thing go from 20% to dead pretty quick. Like, oh, it's a 19% right now. It's charging though. Dang, I'm almost there. And what time is it? 6:26 on the Saturn clock. So add 3 minutes on it. 6:29, 6:30, somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm showing up a half hour early. That's all right. That's all right, because I'm hoping that I don't need to do any security bullshit to get parked. Hopefully security is going in the building. All right, I got vehicles passing me on the right. Oh wow, that guy was drinking a beverage and had his eyes straight towards the ceiling of the car. And a Mercedes passing me on the right, of course. Not looking at the road at all. As that guy in the SUV passes the van on the right. Ooh, but we're running out of lane here. As you overpass from Van Buren Street. Remind me of that time that the guy who was on doing traffic before Detour Dan, there was some kind of issue with traffic on I-10, and they were directing everybody to take Van Buren to the 202 and to get on the northbound 202 at Van Buren to get back on the 10. And I just was laughing because you can't get on the northbound 202 from Van Buren right there. You can get on the southbound 202, but not on the northbound 202. You have to go to Buckeye to get on the northbound 202. And I was watching the traffic view, and I did that. In fact, I think I vlogged that trip. Went to Buckeye, got on the 202, hit no traffic whatsoever, and I just flew 202 to the 10, and I got home super, super early. There was a bad accident at, like, I want to say, like, just this side of 67th Avenue on I-10, on the eastbound I-10. And it was backed up like way past the 101, even at like 5:40 in the morning. I'm debating as to whether I want to stop and get a couple of beverages here at the QT since warehouse break. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I think I just was debating. I think I'm going to see. Well, then again, QT's expensive. Trying to remember what convenience store is coming up here. So I'm going up to 71st Avenue. Trying to remember what convenience store is at 67th and 67th Buckeye. I don't even like to pass on the right in situations like that, but I'm doing 45. I'm reasonably sure the speed limit on this road is 45. So, yeah, there we go. Speed limit 45. So, yeah, if you don't want to pass on the right, you do kind of have an obligation to get out of the passing lane. So, interesting, they got the hash marks in that intersection there. That's not an intersection I've never noticed there is a problem with me. Congestion. I guess I don't drive it at the right times. Alright, what convenience stores do we have coming up here? The sun is just low enough in the sky, it's hard for me to see. Oh, there's Circle K. It's on the way. Yeah, I've not been having good luck with... Wow, and there's another Q... Oh, wow. I just had this huge reality check on where I am. Wow, two QTs within a mile of each other. I just had this massive reality check of exactly where I am. You know, I noticed that it was like practically across the street from an Amazon, and it didn't even dawn on me that it was directly across the street from the Amazon where they did my whole hiring process. I miss working at Amazon. I can't lie. I miss it a lot. I actually spent quite a bit in the last couple of days on the Amazon FC subreddit. And I've tried to use past tense in reference to my employment, so I don't want to be the guy masquerading. I still have a job that I didn't have, but hey, I bring a lot of Amazon FC experience and knowledge to that subreddit, and And I've seen plenty of other former employees that still lurk in there, so it's all good. I should really look into finding out like if I am eligible for rehire and when, because I straight up missed that. And I know I would be working. I know I'd be working full shift today if I was still there. I'm pretty sure they're open. Oh, and of course it's a Tuesday night. Hello, I was front half nights. Tuesday night was my regular night anyway. But yeah, I think they're paying double time tonight. Amazon is good with that holiday pay. I miss that shit. Now I'm getting pretty good pay tonight from Winolo. Look at the numbers on this. I mean, pretty good pay for, Phoenix. $17.75 an hour, estimated total pay $171. I think I'm technically a 1099 contractor, which means I don't get any taxes pulled out. That may bite me in the ass at the end of the year, but you know what? Fuck taxes. I need all the money I can get right now. Anyway, I'm heading into Circle K. Get me some, and Priscilla just called. I think it was a wake-up call. Sure would have much preferred she invite me to her bed and, woke me up with a little loving. She woke me up the right way Friday morning. But the only intimacy we've had since then kind of felt like contractual obligation sex. I mean, it wasn't that. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it, but it just was. Yeah. I don't want to go any more detail on that. Anyway, I'm going inside to get me some Mountain Dew. I can bring my own soda. I'm pretty sure I can bring my own sodas in. In fact, I think it said somewhere in there that you can, that you're going to be there for a certain amount of time. So bring your stuff in or purchase from the whatever. It seems like that was in one of the training videos that I went through. God, there were so many training videos. I did that on Saturday afternoon. It was just nuts. What the heck? I may as well shoot the last bit of video coming in. So they didn't have any kind of deal on two 20-ounce Mountain Dews. I just spent like $2.50 each for them, which is kind of a ouch. But yeah, should have planned to get those somewhere cheaper on the way. Although I did get a pretty good deal. They had these on clearance. Wow, I think one is Reese's Creamy. Okay, they're both creamy. I was thinking they were crunchy, but anyway. 2 of the extra large Reese's for $1 each. I don't know why they had those in clearance, but they let me have them for $1 each. And yeah, that'll be handy for keeping me going, some energy and munchies on my break. So, not the most nutritious thing, but yeah, peanut butter and chocolate. It helps keep me going. I messaged Malika and asked if she was here, because she never did answer to give me a definite as to whether or not she was working tonight. Yeah, there's the left Buckeye Logistics Center. I think that's PHS 6. Could have sworn it was PHX 6, but then I thought when I was looking at the map it said PHX 3. I don't know, I'm not sure. Although somebody just turned right in front of me. I see vehicle in front of him, and there was somebody turning right behind me. So now is probably the time for a bunch of people coming out of this shift. So I got a feeling if I just follow them, I'll be going to the right place. But it's supposed to be right up ahead on the right, about 3/4 of a mile, about a little less than a half mile south of Buckeye. Gosh, looking to the left, I just remember all those times I walked back and forth to that Amazon. Hello Fresh. Not a truck entrance. That was the entrance I needed. I saw the word truck and I thought it was the truck entrance. That was the not a truck entrance that I needed to be in. Although I see all these people turning in here, so maybe this is where I need to go. What's this one say? Also not a truck entrance. I don't know. I don't know if I should be going in here or not. working someplace where my car is secure. Not that I'm too worried about people breaking into my car, but anyway, here goes nothing. Feeling positive about this. Although, I don't know. I will say this. I can't think of a time of the season that I'd much rather be working in cold storage than right now. Screw how damn hot it is outside right now.